What's up guys, and welcome to another League Squad Building Challenge. EA finally released new League Squad Building Challenges. We did get the Scottish Premiership and the Spanish La Liga. Now I did not prepare for La Liga, but I did prepare for the Scottish Premiership, so now we're going to complete all the 12 teams and we will get the Griffiths special card. 84 rated striker from Celtic Glasgow, plus we will get 10,000 coins and obviously 12 additional packs from the individual challenges. With that said, let's jump right into the challenges. So obviously there's 12 challenges for the 12 teams of the league. I did prepare, as I said before, for this league to be one of the League Squad Building challenges to be released, so I didn't have to buy any additional players anymore. However, all these challenges you can basically do with bronze and silver players only. I don't think you need any gold players except in the Celtic one and in the Rangers one. You might need one as well. But other than that, you can do it with bronze and silver players only, so overall it shouldn't be too expensive. I don't think the players increase in price and much either once the challenge was released, so if you haven't prepared yet, you might still be able to get the Griffiths special card for quite a cheap amount of coins. With that said, let's start with the first one. Let's start with Aberdeen. Aberdeen, as you see, mainly silver and bronze, and a couple of bronzes as well. You need 9 players from the Aberdeen team, as well as 67 rating and a 95 chemistry, which we manage perfectly. And when we cash in, we get a premium silver players pack. Now, obviously, since the teams are fairly cheap, the packs aren't that expensive either, or aren't worth that much either, the ones that you get. But nevertheless, the silver packs this year, they're obviously quite valuable. For instance, when you pull a Toulouse player, they go for 10k immediately. Second team is Celtic. Celtic is one of the teams that might be a bit more difficult. As you can see, we need 4 gold players to complete it. We need 70 rating overall. We get 71, so that's perfectly fine. And I had to convert Griffith to a center forward in order to get the 95 chemistry requirement done as well. Other than that, only 11 players from the team, which shouldn't be too difficult, and we get a gold players pack for handing in that team. That's the second one done, and we move on to Dundee FC. Dundee FC, another team where you need 11 players from, 61 rating, 95 chemistry overall. As you can see, we hit the rating perfectly and also have the chemistry fine. Overall, the requirements are not that hard. If I think back to the MLS, for instance, where you had nationality requirements and the like, they don't have that for the Scottish Premiership. It's basically only rating and chemistry in all of them. As you can see right here, the Hamilton one, 60 rating, 95 chemistry, perfectly easy to do. We get 11 players from the club, no problem whatsoever. Let's send that in and get a silver pack as a reward and move on to the next team. For one done, and we move on to the Hearts. Hearts of Midlothian, another team from the Scottish Premiership, which has actually another requirement. Since you only have 9 players from the team, you can add 2 from another Premiership team. But again, it's not that difficult. As you can see, I have 6 silver players, 5 bronze players. It's not that expensive to do these challenges, and the reward is another premium silver players pack. Let's hand that in and move on to the next team, which is Inverness. Now, unfortunately, as most of these packs are silver, it's pretty hard to pull one of the good cards that are out there at the moment. The Team of the Week cards, the ones to watch cards. Obviously, you need gold packs to have a higher chance of packing them, but as I said before, silver packs are still very valuable this year. Inverness, you need 10 players from the club, 11 from the Scottish Premiership overall, and again, pretty easy rating and chemistry requirements. We need 63 and we get 63 rating, so let's hand in that team as well. Next team we're gonna do is the Kilmarnock team, which rewards us with a premium silver pack as well as 1,000 coins. As you can see, requirements same as before, super easy, 60 rating, 95 chemistry. Basically, as long as you have 11 players from the club, chemistry shouldn't be an issue. And the rating, obviously, if you have some silver players, that is also pretty easy. Now we get that pack and the 1,000 coins, and we move on to Motherwell, the next team that we'll hand in. 8 players from the team, 11 from the league overall, and again, pretty easy rating and chemistry requirements. And we get a jumbo premium silver pack for this one. So I'm fairly excited to open those packs, as we will hopefully pull some decent silvers that we can use in other squad building challenges as well. Next up is Partick. another team from the league which has super easy requirements. Again, rating and chemistry being the only one basically, as long as you have 11 players from the club. Let's send that in and get a regular silver pack plus 1000 coins and move on. I guess we have 3 left. Next up is Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, one of the teams that had to go through the lower divisions in the recent past, but came back to the Premiership to basically revive that the derby with Celtic, obviously. Now, as you can see, here's another goal player. I use Nico Kranjčar in center mid position. Other than that, similar requirements to the other teams, but obviously the rating requirement is a little bit higher. You need 68 rated team overall. So I had to use quite some silvers, and obviously Nico Kranjčar has a gold card. Again, chemistry not an issue if you have enough players from the team, obviously. 2 more remaining. We have Ross County and St. Johnstone. Ross County, again, one of those teams where you only need 9 players from the team. The rest you can fill with other players from the Scottish Premiership. 63 rating requirement. We get 64, so that's not an issue at all. We get 1 gold pack for that one. And finally, St. Johnstone, the final team of the Scottish Premiership, which is basically almost bronze, except 3 silvers that we need to get the rating to 63. Other than that, similar requirements as in the other team, guys. This challenge is super easy. Obviously, Griffiths is a card it's pretty hard to combine with other cards that or other teams that you might use. But basically, these packs obviously will also pay for the card as well. 63 rating requirement, 95 chemistry. Again, one of the easier ones. We get a jumbo premium silver pack, and this completes the challenge. So now we also complete the overall challenge. Scottish Premiership completed. Thank you very much, EA. Let's get that Griffith card. 84 rated, 84 pace, 87 shooting, 83 dribbling. Doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Defense obviously a bit low, but who cares really when you have a striker. However, it's hard, as I said before, to pair that guy up with another team you might currently use as he's from the Scottish Premiership, and he's from Celtic. So it's pretty hard to find any common link to another player, unless obviously you run those niche teams from let's say the Scottish Premiership. Nevertheless, we take him, we take the 10,000 coins. Obviously, we make profit already from this League Squad Building Challenge. Let's send that guy to the team and then open all the packs. But guys, before we open that pack, or open all of those packs, we have another Squad Building Challenge to do. We have the ones to watch cards currently being available, and also the challenges for the summer cards. Now, as you might know, I do the bronze pack method, and a couple of days ago I actually pulled that guy from the bronze pack method. We was in bronze pack. Gagliardini, currently a wants to watch card, 75 rated player in a bronze pack, guys. As I told you before many times, the bronze pack method really pays off. Do it if you want to have consistent profits. It obviously won't pay you millions of coins immediately, but it will be a constant stream of income. You will have consumables, and basically it's a super rewarding method. Now I pull this guy. I'm not going to use him anyway. He's from the Italian league. I'm not using an Italian league team, and also he's not that high rated, so why would I use him anyway? So I decided to put him in a wants to watch squad building challenge, in particularly the summer one. I built a team around him to get to the 82 rating requirement. Chemistry obviously not an issue as long as you have some link. We have a Russian link here, we have a French league here, and as well as a Spanish one down here, plus the La Liga one here, so we get to 44 chemistry, which is perfectly fine. As I said before, the summer one is the one I decided for. It has 9 Premier League players, obviously Pogba being the best one, and Kante probably the second best one. We also have Higuain in there, a bunch of other players that are worth, or that are at least worth hoping for. So let's see if we can convert that Gagliardini guy into another player. So we also going to submit that pack, and we open it as the last one. So we get the wants to watch summer untradeable pack. We get the player that we'll see in a second, but first let's open all these Scottish packs. Now, as you can see, we have 15 packs in total to run through, quite a bit, and I think we already have 2 other silver packs to go through from the bronze pack method. Yes, 2 silver players pack. Let's quickly open those as well. They're untradeable, but obviously you can use them in squad building challenges. The first one is Gobbi from the Italian league. Might have him already, as I prepared for Serie A to be one of the squad building challenge leagues. I do not have him already, so we can send him to the club, and we can discard, or let's not discard, let's see if we can send him to the club. And yes, we can place the other one on the transfer list, so we make 150 coins at least already for that guy that we can replace from the club. And now we have, I think, one more of the little packs. Yes, one more, and then we can open all the Scottish Premiership packs. What do we get in this pack? Obviously, you always want to get the League 1 cards. We get Philip from Freiburg. Freiburg with the current league marquee matchup squad building challenges. Plus, we get another player from the Super League, Konyaspor. I'm pretty sure I'm already done with that team, but nonetheless, 2 cards we can add to the club at no cost. Basically, these packs come for free. Now, we have all those silver packs to go through. Let's start with the very first one. I think there's also 1 or 2 gold packs in there from the Rangers or the Celtic squad building challenge. First pack, we get a Russian player. Obviously, none of the high-rated players you can really hope for in these packs, but players from squad building challenge, as we get 2 MLS players. Unfortunately, I'm already done with the Jovinko MLS squad building challenge, but nonetheless, for these consumables are also pretty helpful. And as I said before, the investments required to complete this squad building challenge, the overall Premiership squad building challenge, it wasn't too expensive. I picked these players up a couple of weeks ago. Most of them went for around discard price plus maybe 50%, so it wasn't too expensive. Next up is Sousa from Liga NOS, I think that is. So that's already helpful, assuming we didn't have him yet. That is correct. Sousa from Chavez from Liga NOS, so he will be useful. Other than that, 2 more silver players that we'll not really need, but we send them to the club anyway. Next up is another premium silver pack for that matter. Let's see what we get in this one. Now we have 3 rares in there, so obviously a decent chance of pulling a good one. We don't get a rare player. We get us Prila from Portland Timbers, I think that is. And a rare bronze player. Gold would have been nice. The Swiss League might also be one where EA decides to release a squad building challenge for in the future. However, the reward card would be silver, so I'm not sure about that one. Probably wouldn't be attractive enough. But you can obviously pair it up with one of the better ones. If you release, for instance, the Bundesliga or the Serie A, you might as well add another not so attractive league to pair it up. Heubach looks like a girl, to be honest. From Kaiserslautern, the 2nd Bundesliga. It's one of those leagues where you can use the players for squad building challenges where you only need chemistry. It doesn't really matter about the rating. Then you can use players from lower league teams. So I guess it doesn't hurt to have him in the club as well. 1 duplicate player that we send to the transfer list, and we discard the other 2 so we can move on to the next silver packs. As I said before, I'm not expecting any superstars in these packs. All I'm hoping for basically is cards from Liga NOS, from Ligue 1, from other leagues that have squad building challenges, the Pro League for instance also, as these are the cards that go for quite a bit of coins at the current time. And next up is a Jumbo Premium Silver Pack. Now we have 7 rares, so hopefully we can get a rare silver player for that matter, and we do. He's a Dutch striker from the Eredivisie, which we already completed before. Check that out on the channel as well if you want to see how I packed that. The young card that was back then. We also get another player from the Turkish Super League, which is useful. Other than that, no player that we need immediately. A couple of duplicates though from the Argentinian and the 2nd English plus the Russian league, so we send those to the transfer list to sell them later. And we can move on to the next Jumbo Premium Silver Pack. Let's see what we get. No big flares, so no rare, or no flare at all really, so no rare card, but we get one from Liga NOS. Let's see if we have that guy already. And we did not have him already. And we got another player from the Liga Santander, so he will be useful for the Suarez squad building challenge. Other than that, I think we handed that guy in as well for the current marquee matchup squad building challenge, so we just get him back right away, which is nice. Let's see whether we have any duplicates in here as well. Just the stadium. We'll discard the stadium and then we move on to the next pack. It would be really nice to pull one of the more rare ones, the silver ones. I mean, for instance, the Toulouse one, the Zulte one from the Pro League. I think they also go for quite a bit. Let's see what we pack in the remaining packs. So we have another gold pack, we have a jumbo premium gold pack, a gold players pack, silver players packs, and then obviously the ones to watch card in the end. So let's go with the gold pack first. Let's see, no rare card obviously, as there's only one in there and the players would be hard to get. We had Keko. I already have him and the card looks super photoshopped. The head doesn't fit onto the body at all. And we also get Arbeloa. So we store all this in the club and we send the two duplicate players to the transfer list. Keko and who's the other one? Britkit from Leeds. Transfer list for those guys, and we discard that ball. And then we have a couple of other gold packs in here that we can go through, assuming that ball discards at some point. And we have a jumbo premium gold pack, probably the best pack from the squad building challenge that we just did. Let's see what we get. No big flair, at least a rare card though, so that's already something. We get Cerruti from Argentina. I think I already have him as I prepared for the Primera División as well. And we get Rondon from West Bromwich Albion. And another, wasn't that a... Yes, another League 1 player plus a Turkish player, Argentinian player from the Super League. So those guys will come handy as well. And 500 coins. Not too bad of a pack. Again, not expecting any superstars from the Griffiths squad building challenge. So we'll just take whatever we can get. 3 more duplicates that can go to the transfer list. I'll list them up after I'm done with the video. Let's discard the Watford badge as well. And then we can move on to the final packs. We have a couple of more silver packs, but first let's do the gold players pack. Obviously one rare player in here. Let's hope he's gold. He's gold indeed. He won't be that exciting though, as it's Mario Gaspar. Actually not that bad. Not sure if I have him already. I do not have him already. I had him before, but I might have used him in one of the squad building challenges. We also get another player from the Ligue 1. Let's see whether we have any other leagues. 2 more players from the Ligue 1. So not too bad of a pack, to be honest, given that there's only one rare player. I think all you can hope for are players from active squad building challenge leagues. 3 more duplicates that we'll send to the transfer list and list later. And now we have a bunch of silver packs, I think. Yes, a silver pack, a premium silver pack, players pack, and another premium silver players pack. And then obviously the main event, the ones to watch summer card. Let's go with the silver pack first. What do we get? We get a player from Colorado, I think, Birch, that is a left back. But as I said before, I'm already done with the MLS squad building challenge. Any league we can use at some point. We get another Ligue 1 player from Nantes. We get Touré and a bunch of duplicates, one of them being from the Mexican league, so he will definitely sell for a little bit. The others, let's see whether they do sell eventually. 2 more silver packs, then the main event, another premium silver players pack. Please, yay, a player from Toulouse would be really nice here, or one of the other rare ones. We get one from the Mexican league, I think that is. A pretty decent badge, the one with the pitbull. Perez, that is. And he's indeed from the Liga Bancomer, so we will need him eventually. Other than that guy we probably just handed in. A bunch of duplicates, but other than that, no real player that is useful, at least not immediately for us. So we send those to the transfer list and open the final silver pack before we open the ones to watch one. Di Maria on the pack. He obviously won't be in there, but is there any decent player in there? At least there's a rare one, which is not a surprising. We get a Galatasaray player, which we can use. We already have Muslera for the goal position, but I think there's some leeway in terms of chemistry, so we might be able to fit Gönen in there as well. Besides him, we get, in terms of squad building challenge league, we didn't Didn't get anything here, really. As I said, I'm already done with the MLS one, so we'll just send all of those to the club. Put the rest on the transfer list. And now, guys, the main event, the ones to watch pack. The summer version, obviously, we can pull Pogba, we could pull Kante, we could pull Higuain, a bunch of other Premier League players, but obviously there's also players that are not really useful, at least if you're running a Premier League team that like I do. Let's see what we get. Wants to watch summer player. Big flair. We get Polish one. It's Krychowiak. I guess, guys, obviously I sound disappointed. I guess it's better than the player that I had before, Gagliardini. He was 75 rated, I think, from the Serie A. Now I got the Polish center mid from Paris. Not using a La Liga squad, the Ligue 1 squad. Plus, I think I don't have any teams where I have Polish players to link him to. But obviously, definitely a better player compared to the one we handed in. So guys, that concludes this pack opening. Let me know what you got from your Griffiths squad building challenge. Did you get any decent players? Did you pull any rare silvers that go for quite a bit? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.